What's up YouTube, and welcome back to Life with LAM, where we talk about how to make small changes that have big impacts. Today we're going to be talking about part 1 of how to create your own luck by preparing for the best. Yes, you heard that right. Preparing for the best. If you've ever wished that you could be in the right place at the right time more often, then this is the video for you. And at the end of the video, we'll be going over some quick tips on how to make sure that you and Lady Luck become best friends. Sound good? Let's go. I don't mean to brag, but most people consider me a pretty lucky guy. And I admit, I live a very blessed life. I have good friends, a job that I not only love, but that allows me to pursue my other passions. I have my health and a body that allows me to stay active. I have a family that I absolutely adore, and an amazing partner that supports me in everything that I do and that I can talk to about anything. But before we get sucked down the lucky hole talking about lucky this and lucky that, let's slow down and get a little bit more specific with luck. Google defines luck as success or failure apparently brought by chance rather than through one's own actions. And I really like that they put apparently in there, because we're going to be talking about how luck isn't always exactly what it seems. Now, some of the stuff for which I am so thankful has nothing to do with me. So yes, definitely some luck involved. Like, you don't get to choose your family, so I'm very lucky to have mine. But if we look at the rest of the list, is that all luck too? I mean, it may seem like luck, but if you ask me, a lot of that list has quite a bit to do with the choices that I've made and continue to make. Those successes are through my actions. Like, take my beautiful partner for example. You might say that I'm lucky to have her, and it may seem like we're this match made in heaven, but we didn't become a happy couple by chance. There was a whole feeling out process, finding out if I liked her, trying to get her to like me, being willing to work on any differences that we had, improving our ability to communicate with each other. We have the relationship that we have because we worked on it. We earned our relationship. And still, the average person would tell you that despite all the work you've put in, if you're in a good relationship, then you're one of the lucky ones. Not everyone gets to have a relationship like that. And sure, but what does that have to do with luck? See, most people equate luck with any good thing that you have. And unfortunately, our overuse of the term sometimes makes the good things in our life seem totally beyond our control. Things that we should be proud of for earning, we just chalk it up to luck as if it was given to us for no reason. Story time. I got hired as a full-time teacher about 2 months after I graduated teachers college. Yay me! As anyone would be, I was excited. I posted all about it on Facebook. I told anybody who would listen. And the most common response that I got was, "Wow, you're so lucky. You must be so pumped." And yes, I was completely over the moon about getting my job. But the more I kept hearing how lucky people thought I was, the more it kind of started to annoy me. I mean, look, there was definitely some luck involved. For example, it was lucky that there were jobs open in my school board, albeit not many. It was also very lucky that hiring practices were different back then, and it was possible to be hired straight out of teachers college. But this was true of everyone who graduated in my class and who was willing to work in my school board. And trust me, there were a lot of us. So was everyone lucky? Now, let me backtrack a little. I know that most people who say things like, "Wow, you're so lucky," don't really mean anything by it. Mostly that's just their way of saying, "Wow, that's amazing." But again, being called lucky technically means that I got my job by chance, and the more that I heard it, the more I wondered if I even deserved my job. Especially when lucky started being accompanied by comments like, "Oh man, I've been waiting so long to get a job," or "How come you got a job? We graduated at the same time." Back in my day, teachers college was only 1 year. You went to teachers college for a month, you were a student teacher at a high school for a month, you went back to college for another month, and that was a semester. Rinse and repeat for semester 2. While I was working as a student teacher, I told the principals at my schools that after teachers college was done, I would love to come back and do some volunteering. Learn more about teaching, get more experience, and just become more comfortable working with teens. Teachers college ends in April and high school runs until June, so there was about a month and a half in between my graduation and high school exams. The principals gave me their blessing and off I went to finish teachers college. At graduation, a bunch of my fellow grads and I were discussing our plans for the summer. Most of us talked about relaxing at home and catching up on some TV shows. Some of us talked about heading off to some remote island with a gorgeous beach. And me, I talked about being back in the classroom. And not surprisingly, I was teased. In a friendly way, of course, but teased nonetheless. Take a break, Lamb. It's not like you're gonna be getting a job right away anyway. The truth is, there weren't a lot of jobs available when I graduated, and anyone with any kind of knowledge about the education system made sure that all of us teachers-to-be knew it. Don't worry if you don't get a full-time job right out of teachers college. It doesn't mean you're a bad teacher. The field is just saturated right now. It was well-intentioned, of course, making sure that we were prepared for the potentially long road to becoming a teacher, but it definitely made some of us pessimistic about our chances. And the truth is that our chances were slim, but I was dead set on doing as much with that slim chance as I could. Every time that someone told me it would be next to impossible to get a full-time job, I would think to myself, just watch me. So the day after graduation, as promised, I was back in the classroom, working with kids, meeting teachers, getting reference letters from principals. Fast forward a couple months, I'm done volunteering and there are 2 openings for science teachers in my board. 2. So I look over my resume again, I do some research on the schools, and I apply. Fast forward a week and I'm at my first interview for a teaching position. An opportunity had presented itself and I was ready. I had experience, albeit not much. I had references, people who were willing to go to bat for me. And most importantly, I had stories. I could talk about how I teach, how I deal with problems in the classroom, how I connect with students. You don't get these experiences without putting in time and effort. You can't prepare yourself without hard work. And the funny thing is, the people who liked calling it luck the most, they were the ones who were on the beach while I was in the classroom. They were the ones marathoning Breaking Bad while I was marking chemistry tests. And I get it. When you tell yourself that other people are successful because they're lucky, you get to give yourself an excuse for why you didn't get the job. You just weren't as lucky. You don't have to admit to yourself that sometimes you're not as lucky because you're not as prepared, because you didn't work as hard. Like I said, there was definitely luck involved in me getting my job, and I would never discount that. But that luck and that opportunity was available to anyone and everyone who was prepared. Those job openings were posted for everyone to see, but how are you going to take an interview when you're vacationing in the Bahamas? I got reference letters because I went the extra mile and I showed principals that I was passionate and hardworking. How are you going to show these qualities if you're at home on the couch? The Roman philosopher Seneca once said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." See, opportunity isn't the only thing that we need. You can't sit around waiting for opportunities to magically appear. Nobody looks at someone who missed out on an opportunity and says that they're lucky that they at least got one. We only say someone's lucky if they capitalize on it. So why do some people always seem to be able to capitalize? What are they doing that others aren't? Well, the answer is simple. They prepare. And not just for any old thing. No, they prepare for the best possible outcome. Because the truth is, amazing opportunities, while rare, do happen. And you don't want to miss out if and when they finally come knocking. See, opportunity really does knock on everyone's door. But if you're not ready to open that door, if you're metaphorically and quite possibly literally sitting on the couch in your underwear, opportunity will pass you by. You create your own luck by making sure that you are as ready as possible for any opportunity that comes your way. So okay, I get it. If I want something, I can't just wait around for it to drop into my lap. So how do I prepare for the best and make my own luck? Well, I'm glad you asked. Tip number 1, learn all the time. Your brain is an amazing thing and its capacity for learning is ridiculous. You don't lose anything by gaining new skills, and you never know when those new skills will help you prepare for your next opportunity. Tip number 2, be kind. Okay, this one might sound a little self-serving, but hear me out. First and foremost, you shouldn't need a reason to be kind. Hopefully you can just do that from the goodness of your heart. But in case you need a tiny push in that direction, you never know who might be the holder of your next opportunity. Don't burn bridges that you didn't even know you'd need because you can't control your temper or your sass. Tip number 3, say yes. Now, okay, don't say yes to everything. There are definitely some things that you should say no to, like drinking and driving or getting into a car with a stranger. Unless it's an Uber, I guess. But when something new and interesting comes up, like somebody asks you to join a group or there's a great deal on a class, go for it. I met my girlfriend because I said yes when a buddy of mine asked me to sing in his a cappella group. You never know what opportunity lies behind a simple yes. So there you have it, how to create your own luck by preparing for the best. In the comments below, let me know what you think of this video. Tell me how you make sure you're prepared for every opportunity that comes your way. And if you've got any tips for creating your own luck, please feel free to share them. Next week, we'll be dropping part 2 of the luck series where we'll be talking about how to find the silver lining. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you know exactly when it gets posted. As always, I really hope you gained something from this video. And if you want to support this channel, then please make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be good, and let's make today an awesome day. Take care.